Have you ever wondered how a team built up exclusively of goalkeepers would get on in the Premier League? I'm sure you haven't, but today we're going to find out the answer. We have taken over the team that is top of the Premier League in Arsenal and filled their entire squad full of goalkeepers, and this is the team. So there's only one player in the team who can actually play in goal, and that is of course 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. As you can see, the rest of the team is built up of goalkeepers as well. Mendy, Neuer, Bono, Donnarumma's here, Big Mike from AC Milan, Ederson in central midfield, ter Stegen, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Alisson and Diogo Costa are the team. But obviously you can see from the rest of the squad, we have a plethora of goalkeepers here ready to come in if they are so required. Obviously you can see here we set up transfers for them so that they do stay at the club. And basically what we're going to do here, we are going to try and see what a team of goalkeepers can do. Obviously if we go into the competitions, this is Arsenal, so we do have the Premier League, the Europa League, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup to contend with. And if we go on the season preview, we are expected to finish in 4th with a team of goalkeepers. Obviously 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 is the best goalkeeper in the league, but if we go on to some of these goalkeepers, guys, obviously you will see they are goalkeepers. So let's go on Alisson. Obviously he's coming up with his goalkeeping attributes. In this particular instance, what we've done is we've left him as a goalkeeper so that we can just see what would happen. Obviously he has scored goals in the Premier League, a goal in the Premier League, so he has the capability to do so, but he is still technically a goalkeeper. So we've not really done anything else bar this. We're just going to simulate a season. One thing I have done, obviously we do have the editor loaded up. One thing I have done is become unsackable because I think this is going to go catastrophically badly. If you do like the experiments on FM23, please do let me know so by dropping a like on today's video, and consider hitting that subscribe button if you are new around here, because I think a team of goalkeepers is a very interesting experiment, and it's also going to be interesting to see how many goals this team actually does give up. Anyway, let's simulate the season and see what happens to this Arsenal team full of goalkeepers. Okay, so the season is done and dusted, and no surprise, we've been relegated. Arsenal did finish bottom of the Premier League with 0 games won, 0 games drawn, and 38 goals games lost. We did score 4 goals all season. We scored goals against Wolves, Brighton, Bournemouth and Chelsea, so massive shout out to those boys. But the column that you're really going to need to look at is the one next to it, where it says that we conceded a whopping total of 443 goals. This is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. We conceded 33 goals to Man City, 32 to Liverpool, 30 to Brentford. Obviously, if we take a look at the schedule, some of these results have been really embarrassing. We actually did score a goal against Brighton on the opening day of the season. Manuel Neuer with the goal, and the upgraded Mitoma having an absolute field day. But I do need to see this goal from Manuel Neuer. What do we have here? It's actually open play. Ederson sprays the ball out to 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 on that left-hand side. Little chop back. The cross comes over. Neuer at the far post. Out jumps Lewis Dunk. I'm calling that a massive dub. That is a massive victory. I don't care if Danny Welbeck scored a hat-trick. We scored a goal like that. I'm just going to have a look at some of these other goals because Diogo Costa's got himself a goal. Of course, the Portuguese man scores against Wolves. Obviously, Wolves do go on to win this game. I'm really not worried about that. But I just want to see some of the goals that we have scored. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 with the deep free kick, then flicked on by Mendy. Ball's in the air. And Diogo Costa outjumps Nelson Semedo and gets that one in on target. It looks like we're scoring headers. Is the only thing we're scoring headers? We conceded 20 against Liverpool, guys. Oh my. That's 5 for Luis Diaz, 5 for Benacer, 1 for Curtis Jones, 4 for Salah, 5 for Darwin Nunez. Wow. Some of the defensive positioning on this is going to be quite questionable. I'm not going to show you it, but we've done quite well in the fact that we've scored some goals here. I'm quite happy with it as far as an experiment's gone. We conceded 51 in Europe as well in the Europa League. Obviously, ticking that button saying unsackable was very, very interesting. Obviously, goals for ter Stegen, Mendy, Diogo Costa, and that one for Manuel Neuer. Interestingly enough, Thibaut Courtois actually averaged a 7.03 to basically show how little protection he was given. That's crazy. That is crazy. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to change things up a little bit. Let me load up a different save and talk you through it. Okay, so things are a little bit different this time around. Obviously, last time we just left them as all the players as goalkeepers. This time, we've made some changes, which I'm very interested to present to you guys. So as you can see now, some of the players here have slightly improved star ratings. So if we go on Manuel Neuer, for instance, what we've done with Manuel Neuer is we basically shifted him from having a 20 in goal, we've moved him to having 20 for the position of centre-back. So for those of you who didn't know, position ratings range from 0, which is very bad, all the way up to 20, which means they're a natural in that position. We've moved Manuel Neuer in his current state to a centre-back. Now what we've done is we've then taken a look at his attributes and rearranged his current ability. So if I go into edit his current ability, you can see his current ability as a centre-back with the attributes that he's already got and the already in place technical attributes resorts to 140 rated player. And actually, as a centre back, considering we've not touched his mentals or his physicals, just his technicals that have been replicated to match that level with what he already has. He has 15 passing, he has an okay level of tackling. Obviously Neuer, a bit of a sweeper keeper in real life, so he can get out there if he needs to. He actually looks like an okay centre back. I'm actually not disappointed with that. Then if we move up the field, you can see someone like Addons in here. Obviously Addons, a man with high technique, high levels of passing ability, so he's going to be perfect to be our deep lying playmaker. We've done the same here. We've basically allowed Addons to play as a natural in central midfield. We've allowed him to play up top as well, and we've also allowed to play him at centre back. But I think DLP is the perfect role for him. Obviously he does have that good vision, the good composure. As I said, guys, we've not touched his mental attributes, just the little tailor to his technical attributes. But I think 18 passing and 17 technique, yeah, okay, he can't tackle, he can't mark, he can't have long shots or long throws, but ultimately I don't think this is a problem. I actually think Addons with these current attributes would be a very good central midfielder. Then let's touch on the main man, 𝘼𝙗, up top. Obviously, he doesn't have the finishing ability, but he does have a decent enough first touch, okay-ish passing, and pretty solid technique. So obviously, we're hoping that he can get on the end of maybe some headers and stuff like that, because his heading of 7 is better than his finishing of 3. We've done this for the whole squad, guys. So obviously, we do have goalkeepers here by trade, but if we look at some of them, let's have a look at Dominik Livakovic, obviously Croatia's World Cup penalty saving hero. These positions were randomly assigned guys using a wheel, but he is coming in as a striker. He doesn't look great, obviously, as you can see some of the depth here. Let's have a look at Andre Onana. He's a winger, can also play fullback. Again, technically not very good. You can see some of the players who do have the higher technique, though, actually coming in as all right caliber players. These players are obviously elite mentally and pretty darn good physically as well. We're going to run the same season. We're in the same 4 competitions to at least see if these goalkeepers actually, with their positions modified, to actually be outfield players, to see if they do any better this time around. Okay, guys, so I can't actually believe what's happened here. I'm just going to come back. We've won the quadruple. This tactic is really good. And 𝘼𝙗 has scored 43 goals. Now, I will touch on the fact that, obviously, we've taken the best goalkeepers away from a lot of these teams. Obviously, Liverpool don't have 𝘼𝙗. Man City don't have Addons. United don't have De Gea. And the fact that 73 points is a super low threshold to win the Premier League. But again, this is just a little bit of a laugh. We're going to have a look at 𝘼𝙗 throughout the course of the season, because 𝘼𝙗 scored 76 goals in the Premier League. It's mad. Obviously, his mental attributes and his physical attributes allow him to be a good player, but ultimately, that's a lot more goals than I was anticipating. Arsenal did go on to win the Europa League, winning that one on penalties. Jan Sommer scoring in there, and then 𝘼𝙗 and Garnacho missing the penalties. Donnarumma missing the penalty for Arsenal in this particular instance. They get to the FA Cup final as well, beating Brentford in that one. And believe it or not, goals from Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Diogo Costa, and of course 𝘼𝙗 in this one. Ivan Toney scoring there, but we are definitely the worst team here. We are just clinical in terms of our mental attributes. I'm pretty sure that is where the difference is in this particular one. And obviously the Carabao Cup, we beat Tottenham in the final. Alisson scoring 7 goals on the way to that final. Let's have a look at one of Alisson's goals in this final, just to see what we're kind of in for here. Obviously Hugo Lloris not selected for our goalkeeper FC, but he is in goal there for Spurs, and Alisson is there scoring the goals for us. So Big Mike down the left hand side into Jan Sommer, ball into Neto, nice through ball into Alisson Becker outside the boot, past Hugo Lloris, obviously in a bit of a North London derby there. Obviously, guys, this video was just for fun, but we have to look at Alisson Becker again. He has done absolutely fantastic. If you do like the experimental content on the channel, guys, please do check out this playlist. It's all the experiments that we've done on this year's game. But this one was really fun. I really did enjoy it.